Well, hello there, YouTubers and tuberettes alike. I know it's been a few weeks since I made one of these discussions in the trailer park. So there's the park part, and I'm supplying the old guy part. So we're covered, right? Hey, come on in, sit down. Hey, thanks for watching. If you've been watching my vids at all, I only have a few viewers, and I'd like to just say to you, thank you, and I just like to kind of vent my spleen from time to time. And I just have been wondering, boy, I've been getting into the sick guy blues, the old you know, gee, does this ever end kind of thing? These physical complaints. So I don't really want to start in on that with you because, once I get rolling on that, I can just get carried away. But anyway, I just wanted to talk, some of the things I'm seeing out here right now. An upcoming credit crunch, as far as I can tell, in 2026. So here we are, late November. I guess it's 22nd of 25, and there's experts claiming that the markets are showing signs of stress that we haven't seen before. This is going to be more than a depression. This is going to be a major reset. It's going to be a wipeout. I don't know how many times I've mentioned the federal debt. There's a national debt clock, but it's funny. I used to be able to Google that. I can't find it anymore. Now I did find on another site somewhere at least the main number, but all the other numbers that there's 40 categories they're keeping track of at any given time. That national debt is over 38 trillion, and when that thing, it's over 1.1 trillion per year just to pay the interest on the debt. And that means they have to borrow to pay that. If there was anybody else, they'd be bankrupt. But anyway, it seems to me that we're just kind of going into what's really going to turn out to be a shitstorm in 2026. And, the experts know that's going to be a crash. Trump is, song, dance stuff, da-da-da-da-da-da. He's doing his little tap dance stuff to keep the folks distracted and stuff like that. But I've kind of given up on Trump. He after he pulled this Jeffrey Who stunt, and I just said no. And so now he's gotten rid of Marjorie Taylor Greene and calling her, I don't know, all kinds of dirty names and stuff like that. Basically the guy is, again, he's kind of like going into this blind. He doesn't see, oh, I'm destroying my own base. So a politician without a base is called what? Lame duck. And then I've heard also more talk that he's going to try supposedly to go for a third term in 2028, which doesn't sound like very good idea at all. By then he'll be older than dirt for one thing. But that's going to start talking about a constitutional battle. But anyway, things are looking grim. And I just thought, well, it's going to be a strange New Year's. I don't really know how I'm going to be making a living or if I will be able to. I don't know if I'll have physically the ability to do any plumbing, really. It's very, sketchy in my mind what this future looks like. And, I don't know, huge companies are going to be having problems. All countries, nations will be having problems. And this whole business that Trump, he's just out to lunch. He doesn't realize that BRICS is for real, and that they are going to overthrow the whole post-World War II thing. I've already forgotten the name of the place they had the big meeting, and they agreed to basically sell out everybody. So anyway, since the late 40s, the U.S. dollar has been the denomination for international trade, and then with the petrodollar deal done with Nixon in the 70s, because see, Nixon took the dollar off of the gold standard and he connected it to oil instead, but not our oil, their oil. Don't ask me how that works. How could we value our currency on the basis of their oil? But anyway, the point being is that now the petrodollar itself looks like it's in trouble. And this darn coughing. Oh boy. So far I've been doing pretty good. Haven't smoked a cigarette since Friday morning. Here it is Saturday afternoon. I smoked one. And then, so it's been, it'll be by 4 o'clock this afternoon, which is coming up pretty quick. That'll be 3 days ago I bought a pack of cigarettes. So I haven't had one for a while. But boy, this cough thing is nuts trying to shake that thing. That's really one of the big reasons I finally decided I really should take this seriously. This stuff is ruining my health. Pay attention. What? Oh, really? Oh, yeah, so I guess I should. And so, I don't know how many times people have said things like, do you know that smoking is bad for you? No, really? That's shocking. When did that happen? And, of course I know that. The reason I'm doing it isn't for health benefits. So at any rate, got a little derailed there. Anyway, the situation is going to be looking weird. So I got to thinking about it in terms of, the church that I'm going to. I don't know, maybe I'll go back tomorrow. I can never really figure out what I'm doing on Sundays anymore. But the news, which is so good, that at the heart of the message, that the kingdom has come, there's a new order, and it's supernatural, entered this world, and at the center of that order is the glorious God himself. And our goal, our desire in this new covenant is to be joined to him, to love him, to connect with him, to share with him. So the thing I wanted to say was that I think there is good news for us. I don't know about you, but a lot of times I think, like, when I'm praying, it's like, hey, look, am I just talking to the ceiling here? I mean, are you listening at all? That kind of thing. And so I just wonder sometimes, and it's like, well, I don't know why I'm bothering you with these petty little requests, because I know you're not going to do anything about them. Why do I know that? Because I know I don't have the faith to say that you will. You said, if you had faith such that, well, I ain't got that faith then. How about that? It's like, mark me on another, failure list. But the thing is, yes, my faith is there, but it is very small. And so I don't have the faith to say to this illness, be cast out in Jesus' name. But in other words, when I'm talking to him, here was the question, by the way, if we can stay on track for a moment. Do you ever feel like, well, if I talk to you for a half hour, but you never say a word, how do I even know you heard me? And so I believe there are ways that God communicates back with us. And I'm hoping not to wax heretical here, because I'm not hearing voices. But what I mean is that the Lord, what he calls, quickens the word. The old charismatic / Pentecostal term out of the 70s was Rhema, R-H-E-E-M-A, the Rhema word. So you had your logos, which is the printed word, the static word, which doesn't change. But the Rhema word was the one that the Lord takes and he quickens in your heart, and suddenly he opens your eyes and you have new insights, or a new sense of faith, or something like that, based upon this stirring inside as the Lord brings the word to mind. So I was thinking about that stuff yesterday, and I thought, I know this stuff. I mean, I think it doctrinally is sound, but apparently I don't believe it. I don't practice it. Why not? I mean, it's just making me miserable, thinking that it's like, well, I talk to this guy all the time, but he doesn't care. I mean, why am I even bothering him? What's the point? And the point is that he has promised to communicate back with us, but not willy-nilly, just any old time I want. He's communicated through the word, and as the Spirit takes the word and applies it into your heart and my heart, he wakes us up. He kind of, a little slap in the face, and here, have a drink of water or whatever. He's waking us up, and so the word comes alive. And so I thought, well, maybe the alive come word for this day was, I thought, I looked it up, and there was some kind of lectionary or something in one of the churches that their annual traditional reading for the 22nd was Isaiah 65, having to do, behold, I bring a new heaven and a new earth, and the things of this old creation will be remembered no more. And so I got to thinking that, with all the hubbub and all the international bank failures and Trump, is he going to become a worldwide dictator? Is there a nuclear war coming? And all this stuff. Are we being poisoned? And it's just like, it's one thing after another. It's a circus, and it's all rotten to the core. But the thing is that in that sense, or in that, kind of static bunch, as we approach him, we tend to kind of forget that he's at the center. We tend to forget that he knew all this. He called it on. He's the one who has summoned all of the players to this time right now. He knew this was coming before creation began. He knew you would be here listening to this video before time began. How does he do that? Beats me. But the point is that there's real calming, sort of faith building understanding in the fact that when we approach him, he has already spoken, but then he is pleased to take certain aspects. So I thought today it would be the behold, there is a new creation coming, a new heavens and a new earth, and the old things will. So all of this, fussing and fooling around, and even if there is a worldwide global crash, if there are atomic nuclear wars, if there are, if there's impeachments or civil wars, whatever, we're looking at some weird civil distress here coming up. He, at the end of that, is supreme, and I guess you'd say over it. He's already over it, and maybe you should get too. But the idea is that there's a sense where we get carried away by how scary and ugly and weird and immediate everything is. He has known that this moment would come, and he sees the end, and he's calling the end forward toward us, and it'll be here soon. I don't know when, but the King who is the King, the glorious one, the maker of is, was, and ever shall be, the I am who is, he's coming, cloaked for war, covered in, and Michael, through the wretches out of heaven, the satanic gang, those traitors and frauds and liars, rebels one and all, well, they threw him down to earth. But the Lord sat and observed this. But this time, he's getting up off the throne. He's putting on his sword, and I guess he's got his own shield too. He's getting on his war horse. He's coming to do business. The only hope for mankind is the Christian gospel. The Christian gospel of how he laid down his life for you and me at Calvary. Without that, there is no plan B. We don't have hope. So buckle in and strap in. It's going to be a wild ride, and I know a lot of people are going to get hurt, and financially I might get wiped out. Well, join the club. I ain't immune to that. So we seek the Lord and his mercy. We seek his distinct voice. But the way you hear his voice is that the Spirit is promoting Jesus Christ in the midst. So in terms of the good news message for today, the new creation, we know, and actually he knows us, if you'd like to know, the creator of that new creation. He's the same one who came to you and recreated in you a loving heart. He recreated a new mind in you. He's restoring your soul. And so the gratefulness that's in my heart ain't nearly strong enough. Can always use some room to grow, but we've got the right direction. The Word guides us true over and over again, so we know the safe ground, the right pathway. He said, I am the way. Jesus said that of himself. So if it ain't about him, I don't want to know. You guys have a good day, and God bless. And run to win, because, well, there's really no other option.